Warpath Firefighters to this YouTube video brought to you by the Way to Fire podcast. Today we'll be playing 1500 points of Firefight with Hal Eccles taking the Forge Fathers and myself, Andy Sharp, taking the Plague. We'll be playing a violent encounter, which is the first mission from the Firefight rulebook. We've played a few games before, but this will be the first time we've put one onto video. But I'm sure we'll make a few mistakes with the rules, but hopefully we'll give you an entertaining experience either way. So without further ado, let's see what the factions are made up of, and we'll get on with the action. 3 gens with dogs and a flamethrower. They're there to get in and fight the troops, and the flamethrower we're really good at suppression. We've then got 18 zombies, they're just a meat shield. Another unit of 18 zombies. Behind them we've got 5 2A leapers, 1, 2, 3 small units of 3As with a heavy machine gun in each. They're just there to provide some suppression support. Another unit of 5 2A leapers. We've got 2 first generation Plague Lords who are providing 4 command points each. Subject 901 who will be hanging around with the infantry to get protection from them. A small unit of 2 bursters, 2 aberrations, and a Territon who also provides a bit more command as well. And the Territon and 2 aberrations and the 1As are the main models that will be able to deal with any armour or high defence units if there are any in the opponent's army.
Starting at the back, I have over this side, I have a unit of Steel Warriors, and they've got 1 Flamer in there. They've also got a Sergeant upgrade. Over here I have some Specialists, that's 4 Flamers in there, and they've got a, who's got the Thunder Hammer. At the front on this side, I've got 2 Storm Rage Veteran Heavy Weapon Squads. They've got the auto cannons, they've got the missile and cannon in each one. I've got the Iron Ancestor, and I've taken the Doom Storm pattern, so it's the twin linked rifles. And then I've got Forge Guard here at the front, and they've taken a Huskarl again with an assault cannon, and it's not called an assault cannon, it's a twin Hailstorm cannon, and a Molnier missile launcher.
And how many command dice is that?
So that gives me 6. So I have 2 from this guy, 2 from this guy because I've got the Lieutenant upgrade, and 2 from this guy. So 6 altogether.
So here's the roll for initiative. Hal is using the white dice and I am using the black dice.
Oh, magical 2.
So 3 and 2. So that's initiative for me. And I will choose to be on this table edge here. So let's just have a little look at the table. It's a 4x4. You can see there's a bit of terrain in the base here. There's this central large 3-storey building. At the back there's a few towers as well. Actually, maybe I should be away from the towers, but anyway, we've picked it now, so we'll stay here. Okay. So we have put down strategic asset A on that bit of rubble there, B up here on this tower, C on the large tower, D down here on the causeway, and E over here by the industrial piping. And Hal, what secondary objectives have you got?
Okay, so I've got Capture at all costs, which is for strategic asset E, and that's worth triple victory points for me. I've got Hold the Line, which keeps the enemy out of my deployment zone. I get 3 extra victory points for that. And I've got Bring It Down, so I get extra victory points for killing the massive infantry.
And they're all just generic ones, aren't they?
But they're all faction ones, yeah. So I'll pop them there and forget about those later.
So what I have got is, I've also got Capture at all costs, but this is strategic asset A. So A was the one over there in the rocks. So that's worth 3 victory points to me in this situation. I've then got Hold the Line again, so if there's no enemy in deployment zone at the end of the game, 3 victory points. And I've got Mindless Destruction, which is a plague one. So if my commander, any of my commanders, so I've got the Territon, 2 1As, and Subject 901, so I've got a few models for that. Any of them can use a Sabotage Special order to destroy any strategic asset, and if I do that, not only will it disappear from the map as potential points, but it also gains me 2 victory points as well. So this is the Plague deployment. We have here on the left flank, we have a 1A, some 2As, leapers and some 2A bursters, an aberration. We've got one team of 3As with dogs who are going to be assaulting forwards, a 3A team with heavy machine gun there, and another one there for a bit of suppression. A whole bunch of zombies here, and then behind this building we've got the 2A leapers again, still the same zombie unit with another set of 3As there who will probably be going forwards into this large building at some point, supported by a Teraton for command. So their role is basically going to be going forwards to take this objective, deny that objective to Hal, because that's the one I score more points for, and they'll be facing off against this Iron Ancestor here principally. On the other side of the table we've got Subject 901, who's going to be hiding out behind these human-sized 3As, and also this horde of zombies here, who are also supported by a Plague 1 Plague Lord, Stage 1 Plague Lord, sorry, and an aberration. And then on the other side of the table we've got Hal's dwarves, who are looking pretty sparse when you pan back. There's very few models down
spread them a little thin. I'm regretting that now.
So what have you got here, Hal?
So we've got our Steel Warriors specialists with the 4 Dragon Breath Flamers. We've got our Storm Rage veterans with the heavy weapons on the building here. Hiding behind this hill we've got the Forge Guard, who are hopefully going to storm forward and capture that objective for me and not die. The Iron Ancestor is going to command the middle and hopefully keep people from the deployment zone. He's supported by another set of Storm Rage veterans here, and there's a unit of Steel Warriors who are out here on their own at the minute. I think they're going to be rapidly redeployed as we start, and they're going to be coming over this way.
So these 3As have moved forwards from here, just moved 5 inches forwards as a short action, stand beside that building. They're now going to fire across at the heavy weapons forge fathers at the building there. They're in cover, and I'm out of range of the rifle, so I've only got one heavy machine gun. He normally hits on 5, so that would be 6s for the cover. And he gets 1 hit, fantastic. So that's a hit, so now it's got no AP, so we have to compare against the straight defense of the Storm Rage veterans.
Which is 5.
So I need a 5 or more to wound 1, that's cocked. Go on again. And he gets a 5, fantastic. So 1 is, he takes 1 point of damage, and that will remove a model because he only has resilience of 1. Hal gets to choose which model he wants to do.
I'll just take on a Hailstorm autocannon there.
They also take 1 suppression for being hit, another 1 for being hit by a suppressive weapon, and another 1 for losing a model. So it gives them 3 points of suppression, which is quite good because that means they're now at -1 when they come to shoot me back, which I'm sure they will.
Absolutely, just going to double forward.
Being close to that strategic asset E, which is worth a lot to
move up there.
Hal.
So.
And they've got very short range, these flamethrowers. What's the range again?
9 inches, so
9 inches.
It's not just a river basically.
Just mark them as activated, and then we'll see what the Plague One do now. So these 3As have moved forward, so we're going to put a little activation counter there. They've moved a short action forwards. They're now going to do the same as the other ones did, but this time shooting at the Steel Warriors, Storm Rage veterans, sorry, on the top of the building there. So again, it'll be exactly the same. They're in cover, so it'll be 6s to hit. I've only get the 3 dice from the heavy machine gun because the rifles are out of range again. Oh, we got a 6 again, fantastic. So that's important because it gets the suppression on them. And it'll be exactly the same as the last time in that I now need a 5 to damage 1. I didn't manage to damage 1, but they will take 2 points of suppression, 1 for being hit, and another 1 for being hit by a suppressive weapon.
Okay, so the Iron Ancestor is going to put his 8 dice of Hailstorm autocannons into this unit here. He normally has an accuracy of 3, but because they're on a wall, he's hit on 4s. Okay, so we have 1, 2. So we've got 4 hits there. Now the Hailstorm is suppressive fire 1.
Okay, their defense is only 4, so.
Is AP 2? Does that make
So that means that it goes down to 2s.
Excellent. So that's all of them.
That's not so good. So that will, they've only got resilience of 1, so that will be 4 models removed, dead.
Excellent.
And that's what they look like afterwards. So just a HMG guy left. He's got 3 points of suppression on him, but yeah, he's looking pretty lonely there. So these 3As have moved up as well underneath the balcony here. They're going to be firing at the Storm Rage veterans who are already suppressed. Well, not actually. They are suppressed actually.
No, they've got 3, so they're not.
But if with a rally action, they'll or regroup action. Sorry, they'll take that off. So I really want to put at least one more on them. So I'm going to roll my heavy machine gun again. It's the only weapon that's in range. Didn't get any hits.
Huzzah!
Needed 6s to hit, so that was no good. Maybe it would have been worth spending an order on them to re-roll those because I did really want that to happen. That was silly. Oh well, it's done now.
Okay, so they're going to shoot down at these ones here.
So the Storm Rage veterans are all in range with their various weapons at these 3As. So they've got 4 dice of Hailstorm autocannon first, hitting on 3s, -1 because they're suppressed. Yep. So 4s.
Oh, that's not bad.
3 hits.
Yeah.
So these guys aren't in cover. That's too low. That cover. So.
Okay, they've also got a single missile launcher shot, which will miss, and they've also got a single magma cannon shot, which misses
as well because there's suppression. So the suppression actually worked for me there by taking one of the extra weapons off.
Okay.
But you got 3 hits.
So 3 hits.
Defense is only 4 on
And
these
it's
guys.
82.
Right, so it's 2s to wound.
That's
So
all
that's
3.
3.
And that is also a suppressive 1 weapon as well.
Okay, so that will be 3 models dead. One's off, and it will be 1 suppression for being hit, 1 suppression for being hit by a suppressive weapon, and another suppression for losing models. So they're again looking pretty shaky, but they still have their heavy weapon, which is all they're really here to do.
I'm going to use 2 dice then for this level 1 order, the Firestorm, which allows them to re-roll the misses. So here we go. Oh, there we go. We've got 4 altogether, so that's worked.
But you lose both those command dice
Yep.
because there's no pluses there.
That's right. So they're good.
Okay, so re-rolling misses then, shooting at who?
So we're going to shoot down, I think possibly the guys with the HMG again.
Okay. You're currently suppressed, so you've got a -1 for that.
I'm not surprised. I've got 2 and my nerve is 3.
Oh yes, of course it is on these
Yeah,
guys.
haha!
Nice.
So I've got a missile launcher who will hit on 3s. He hits. He is 82. So he will kill 1.
Yep, because they're only defense 4.
I've got a magma cannon. Oh, the missile launcher just blasts D3 plus 2.
Oh, so if you hit, okay, so that's your D3 then.
Okay.
So that's 1 plus 2, so you need to add 2 more dice. And then you roll those for your damage, yeah. So actually you took 3 models off, not 1.
Excellent. Right, okay. And then we've got a magma cannon. This is the anti-tank gun. So that one hits as well with a 5.
Yep.
And that one is 86.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that one-
a 1, yeah.
That's 4 dead. And then I've got 3 guys who've got... Oh, what's this? 3 guys who've got Hailstorm autocannons, and they are 2 dice each.
Hey, some misses, that's what we like. So,
3.
yep, and then the AP on these?
82.
Right, so 2 again to kill, and they are obliterated. So that team is completely wiped out. Because I think you did about 7 kills there.
You did, yeah.
So at the end of turn 1, the zombies have moved up, supported by the Aberration, Plague Lord, and a 901. We've still got these suppressed stage 3s here with the heavy machine gun. Teraton's moving up to move forwards to capture that objective up there, or maybe even demolish it. Burst just redeployed this side. Another Aberration there, the Leapers all just sitting there. Hal doesn't know it yet, but what they're going to do is they're going to come round and hit these Forge Guard under there. Hopefully he'll be convinced they're heading towards his own ancestor. Oh, he didn't hear that. There's some zombies pushing forwards, obviously. 3As there. Some more Leapers at the back here. And this Plague Lord who was thinking about capturing, sabotaging this objective as one of his special missions, but then I realised that if I roll badly, not only would I destroy it, but I'd actually cause damage in all units within D6 inches. And you can see how heavily packed this is with my models, so that would have been a mistake. So at the end of that turn 1 for the Forge Fathers, we can see that they've got their Valkyries here, not Valkyries, whatever the flamethrower ones are, move forwards. Their Forge Guard are up on the hill here. The Storm Rage veterans holding this building, a little bit of suppression on them. Iron Ancestor holding the centre, looking down on the horde of zombies coming towards him, and plague in general. We've got the Storm Rage veterans firing down onto them from up here, and we've got the redeploying normal Steel Warriors here who are just sort of across from these objectives across there. So what are they called again, these guys?
They are the Steel Warrior Specialists.
Steel Warrior Specialists, and you've got 4, they're going to fire across at these zombies.
Yeah, the Dragon Breath Flamers, so I've got 4 of those, and then I've got the leader there who's got a Hailstorm Auto Cannon, I think. Okay. Yeah, so he's got 2 dice, so that'd be the red dice.
Okay, so they're always going to hit on 3s, the Flamers.
And the veterans on 4s to hit.
Okay. Oh, that's what we like. So there's 1, 2, 3 misses there with the Flamers. That's brilliant for me. That's where it might be worth a Firestorm order. I guess you would expect them to miss, but 2 successes with an all pistols and 1 with a Flamer. So the Flamer, he get changed into 2d3.
Oh, we like that.
So that's 5. So that's, if you imagine if he got all 4 in, that would have been horrendous. You might as well run more together.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So the Flamers are AP1. Oh no, they're not. The Flamers aren't AP1, but the red dice are AP2.
Okay, so the defense is 4, I think it might be.
Okay, so those 2 misses there. So we've got 3 hits with the Flame, 3 successes with the Flame, and 2 successes with the Auto Cannon.
So that's a total of 5 zombies dead. So we'll just take,
and there's an extra suppression from the Hailstorm Auto Cannon.
3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Now they're unflinching, so they don't take 1 for being hit, but they do take 1 for suppression for the Flamer, and they take another 1. Was it the Hailstorm pistol?
Hailstorm Auto Cannon.
Oh, Hailstorm Auto Cannon. And then take another 1 for taking damage. So they've got 2 suppression on it. That's not a big deal for them really, particularly as they've got leadership here from the Plague Lord as well.
That was very disappointing. I expected to do far more.
Yeah, I would have thought you would have taken them off, or at least taken 80% of them out.
No, they're gonna die.
They are now. So Hal is not very happy about getting charged by all these zombies, so he's decided to do a flanking manoeuvre order, which is level 2 order, and he's going to use, is it the Forge Guard?
You can use the Forge Guard, I'm going to use 2 dice for it, I think.
So that allows them to make a charge reaction instead of this activated unit, so he's going to use them to blaze away, so level 2 order.
I get a 2 there and a 3, so I lose that one.
Yeah.
Get that one back. And that succeeds, so they'll shoot and they'll blaze away.
So that means he gets normal dice, but he only hits on 6s.
So I've got...
And this just puts on suppression. So they have a nerve of 4, because it's taken from where they started when they were in leadership range of this stage 1. And therefore he would need to put... they've got 2 already, so he'd need to put another 6 on to give them 8 to ground them.
I think I've got 6 dice. I have 6 dice.
Yeah, so he needs 6s on these though.
So I'm not gonna. So yeah, it doesn't really matter because does the AP matter on these?
No, because I think it just hits to.
Okay, so we've got 6 dice because these guys have got 1 dice each.
Yeah.
He's got 2 and he's got 1.
So they're going to need all 6s really to.
Yeah. Here we go. I get 2 6s.
Yeah, that's a 1. So 2 6s. That's what we get.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be enough to. Let's put 2 more suppression on them, but it's not going to be enough to.
And they activate as well.
To stop them going in, but it will actually now make them suppressed, so when they roll in combat they'll be rolling less well. So there was some point to that.
Yeah, that helps a little.
Right, so this combat is going to be pretty nasty I think. So I've got how many do I have? 13 zombies left. So they all get +1, they normally have 1 attack, they'll get +1 extra attack because they charged in. And I will fight on 5s, but with a -1 for the suppression. So actually I'm only hitting on 6s, so it's lots of dice, but not necessarily lots of hits.
And I'm fighting back with my magical 3 dice.
3 dice.
Because I'm activated already, so I only get half dice, so I normally get 5, so I round up to 3 unfortunately. Now I hit on 4. I'm not suppressed, so I still hit on 4.
Okay, so let's do yours first then, Hal.
Oh look, 1.
There we go, so 1 hits, that's good.
Okay.
And we'll roll mine over this side.
Oh, that's so many.
So what have we got here?
That's not too bad actually.
We should come back a little bit. We've got 1, 2,
4, is it?
3, 4. Yeah, not very exciting at all, just 4. So we had four hits from the zombies and 1 hit with the
AP 1, so I'll do mine first.
So defense is 3, so anything but 2, yeah, so 1 zombie's dead. And we had 4 hits with the zombies.
And my defense is 5.
And they have no AP, so... Oh, terrible, none. Absolutely none. So Hal's going to do a refresh on these guys because they haven't actually had an order on the 8. You can have 1 order per turn, and it was these guys who had their order. So yeah, it's a level 2 order to refresh.
I'm going to use 2 dice. Or actually, I'll use 3 dice. I'm worried.
You're burning through the dice.
I'm worried about them. Oh, I've easily done it, but I've lost them all. So
they are refreshed, which means that they'll now be able to fry my zombies again. Probably with more success than they did last time. Right. So yeah, to hit was just a normal dice roll.
3s for the white dice, 4s for the red dice.
That's much better. So 3 of the flamers hit, and then they explode into blast D3.
2D3.
2D3. So you just roll. I think you roll it just once.
Per gun.
Yeah, so you need to do D.
Okay.
No, just do 1D. Just roll.
D3
yeah, roll 2D3 and then see how many you get.
Alright.
So that's 3. 3 per hit, so that gives you 9 dice for those.
Okay.
So 9 white dice and 1 red one.
7, 8, 9, 1 red one.
You've got one there.
Oh.
And then their defense is only 3, so it was AP 1 on the red one.
1 on the red one, yeah. AP 2, I think, actually.
Right, loads and loads of nastiness there, so just 1 miss, I think.
These missed, don't they?
Oh yeah, so the 2's missed. Oh, actually it wasn't as bad as I thought, but still a lot of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zombies will be removed. So I'm going to activate these 3As here with the heavy machine gun. I was going to, the only one that's in range is still the heavy machine gun onto the men on the top there. I wanted to do a firestorm order, level 1 order, but I rolled 1 dice and got nothing, so that's no good. So I just got the 3 dice now. They're in cover, so I need a 6 to get suppression on them. Oh, that's okay. So I only got 1 hit, but that does do the suppression, which is what I wanted. So they'll get 1 for being hit and 1 for a suppressive weapon, which will take them to their point where they are now suppressed. I do need to roll damage though, so I've got 1 dice damage, no AP, and that didn't do any damage. Okay, so they're now on, I think, 4 now, yeah.
And they're activated now. We'll use a short action to rally them. Take the suppression
just down to 1.
And then we're going to use a second short action to shoot. I think we're going to shoot at the aberration.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, Abby the aberration.
Definitely going to shoot at the aberration. And we'll do a firestorm order.
Look how sad he is. He only wants a hug.
Right, here we go. Firestorm order to see if we can reroll. And that's successful.
It is a success. It's a level 1 order, so it's definitely a success, but you lose the dice again. And that's your last command dice.
It is, unfortunately.
But you will have a chance of rolling them all each turn to
so,
get back.
In this squad I have 3 hailstorm autoguns. Oh no, I don't. I one died, didn't you? So I've got 2 hailstorm autocannons, a rocket launcher, and a melter gun, a magma cannon. So I'll do the magma cannon first. He will hit.
Yeah, that's definitely
5. So this magma cannon is AP 6.
So hit. Anything but a 1 would have done.
Okay, so that puts 1 wound on him. Okay, the missile launcher is hitting on a 4 or more. And misses, unfortunately, that would have been good. And the autocannons are hitting on a 4 or more as well. Oh no.
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, they got Firestorm there, haven't they?
But they have.
So you can re-roll the red one as well.
Missile launcher. Misses again. And the autocannons that missed.
He still only managed to get 2.
Oh, yeah, 2.
Do they have any blast on them?
They don't. They are suppressive fire 1 and they're AP 2.
So our defense
4s or more?
Defense is 6, yeah. So you need 4s.
Oh dear, just 1 4.
Just 1. Alright, so that's only 2 damage, which is good because my resilience on my aberration is 3, which means that he would have taken a he would have been killed if you'd have done 3 on him, but actually only did 2. Right. So he'll get marked with 2 wounds, which
and
will
some suppression as well.
And he gets 1 for taking a hit and 1 for a suppressive weapon. But he doesn't lose any models, so he doesn't take any of those. Okay, so he gets 2 wounds on it as well. So these 2A leapers are going to do a nasty action now. They're going to do a move with the Teraton activating them, and they are going to come around and into the Forge Guard hiding over there. I did tell you about that earlier on, Hal, but you didn't hear. And so that's a level 1 order.
It's a good job you're going to roll all zeros on these command dice.
2 dice on it. And we get it definitely. There's a 3 and a 2. So that, but I do lose both of those dice, but they are in. Now, as they are activated, they won't be able to make a charge reaction, and they will be very, very poor in combat because they'll be rolling half dice. So Hal has the option of doing a flanking manoeuvre by activating one of these other units, but he doesn't have any command dice, I don't think.
No, I don't. I use them all.
So therefore, he's got nothing he can do to this. Sorry, so this is that combat from the other side. So you can see the Leapers have come sneaking out from underneath there, all the way across this river, and then to fight these. So I get an extra dice per model for charging in. They normally have 3 anyway, so that's 4 dice each. It's going to be 20 dice. Hitting on 3s, and they'll be AP1 when the armour of the Forge Guard is 6.
It is, and I disappointingly only have 3 dice at AP1, and we hit on 4s.
So he gets half dice because they've already been activated. So here we go.
That's out of the way.
So this is, let's take out all the 1s and 2s, we don't want those. There's a fair few in there, but it's still a pretty good roll.
I did my roll.
And Hal gets just 1. So Hal, my
AP1 was it?
AP1, my defence is 5.
Okay, I get that.
So it's a wound, but I have resilience 2, so I'll only do a wound on one of my guys. It won't actually damage anyone. And then mine are, unfortunately, they're AP1, so they're only hitting on 5s now. So probably all this will probably end up being like 2 or 3. No, pretty good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and what's hiding in there? It's a 4. So 6, and they've got resilience of 1.
Unfortunately.
So that will actually wipe them out, which is fantastic. Now, what would be really nice now is that they produce a Plague Special order and reactivate these to make another move into combat and either attack these guys or these, but unfortunately they've already had 1 order spent on them, and you can only have 1 order per round on you, so they will just consolidate from there. And they'll just consolidate, sort of just to be exactly where they are really, because they're not really gaining any benefit one way or the other.
Okay, in a revenge manoeuvre, the Iron Ancestor is going to use his activation to shoot onto these. So he's turned, and he's going to shoot. He's got 8 dice with his autocannon. He hits on 3s. Let's see if he can do better than his.
Yeah, pretty good. Couple of misses.
6 hits.
So my defense is 5. So
and I'm AP2.
So 3s to wound. Well, one guy's already got 1 wound on, and they've got resilience of 2 per model. Oh, that's pretty good.
5.
So that will finish off this one for 1, and then take off another one, or take him off because he's up the top, and this one on the back here. So they've taken quite a lot of damage, and they will take 1 suppression for being hit, 1 for taking a casualty, and is it
1 for the weapon as well? Yeah, the twin autocannon.
So they're on 3 suppression. So my zombies just moved up there just to capture that objective, and then we've gone on to the Storm Rage veterans on the top of the tower who've regrouped 1 suppression off, and then they will shoot down onto the bursters here.
So we've got 6 dice of Hailstorm, we've got 1 dice of Magma Cannon, and we've got 1 dice of Missile Launcher. So we'll do the Missile Launcher first, hitting on 3s. He hits. It's Blast, so it's D3 plus 2. So he gets
D3 plus 2, yeah.
D3 plus 2 is the missile.
So my zombies just moved up there just to capture that objective, and then we've gone on to the Storm Rage veterans on the top of the tower who've regrouped 1 suppression off, and then they will shoot down onto the bursters here.
So we've got 6 dice of Hailstorm, we've got 1 dice of Magma Cannon, and we've got 1 dice of Missile Launcher. So we'll do the Missile Launcher first, hitting on 3s. He hits. It's Blast, so it's D3 plus 2. So he gets
D3 plus 2, yeah.
D3 plus 2 is the Missile Launcher. So it's D3 plus 2 and it's AP2. So we've done 4 dice of damage there. Is that right? Yeah.
Yes.
2 plus 2. Yeah. An AP2, what's their defense?
5.
So to 3, is it? Oh, throwing them everywhere. But I've thrown good because there's a 5 here.
That's all of them,
isn't it? 6 here, yeah, so that's 4 damage there from just the missile launcher.
Okay, that might actually kill them anyway. They've got a resilience of 2, so yeah, they're actually dead already. So the plague bursters are destroyed. We're just checking the unstable rule, which they have, but that would give an area effect around them when they're destroyed, but they don't damage plague units, so therefore they're just removed. And they're expendable, same as the aberrations are and zombies are, so that they don't count as part of my army for working out victory points either, so they're expected to die. They can also choose other targets, so you've got, you fired your Mjolnir missile launcher, but you've still got your Hailstorm autocannons, haven't you?
I've got my magma cannon, yeah, the main magma cannon. So I'll fire the rest of my dice at the aberration. I'll declare that.
Poor aberration.
So the magma cannon will hit on a 3 or more, and will hit.
Yep.
And it's AP 6 just for 1.
So aberration's got a defense of 6, so that's a wound.
Okay, and I've got 6 dice of Hailstorm autocannon. 2, 4, 6.
He's going to get a few more, I think.
These hit on 4s.
Suppressed on.
On 5s.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bit better. So
2.
Just 2. This could still kill the aberration.
AP 2 these now.
But you need all of them to be 4s though, because it's got defense of 6 normally. Ah! So that takes him to 3 wounds, which actually kills him. So my aberration is dead. Oh, only just, but he is dead. So this Teraton has jumped up onto this objective, and he's going to do a sabotage objective order, which I'm allowed to do because of the mindless destruction secondary objective that I've got. So that means that I have a option of a level 2 order. I need to get a success. I've got to roll 2 dice at it. And if I do, then this objective will be potentially damaged. So we got that. Definitely got a 2 and a 1. I've got a plus on the 1, so we get that one back. But this one goes away. And now we need to roll a d6 to see what we do. On a 4 or more, I will damage the objective. On a 6, I will damage myself. On a 1 to 3, I won't do anything. Ah, right. So he just messes around at it and doesn't really damage it much. We were just checking a rule about damaging assets. So I haven't damaged the asset. I would have needed a 4, 5, or 6 to damage it, and actually it would have been a 5 or 6. If I'd have got that, would have damaged my model as well. So it's actually pretty difficult to do. And then even if because you need an order, and then you need to roll again on the chart, so you might not get anything. It's a level 2 order as well, and I have to be sitting on it as well. And then I've got a 50-50 chance of getting it, destroying it, and then a 1 in 3 chance of actually damaging myself. Not sure I'll be bothering, to be really honest, with other ones. Although maybe it would worth it on this one because I know that Hal needs that for
I get triple victory points on that one, so
yeah, so maybe worth that. So Hal's moving his last Steel Warriors forwards. He wants to get his flamer into range of my zombies, and he should be able to do that without any real difficulty. And you can see, we're just going to focus in on these. So you can see that Hal has taken some old Games Workshop squat models and put their head swaps on these Steel Warriors, which is really nice. And he's got some normal ones in there as well.
Okay. They're going to shoot.
Okay, so what have they got? They got some Hailstorm rifles?
Yeah, so we've got 4 Hailstorm rifles, each with 1 dice. And they hit on a 4.
That's what we like to see.
That's unfortunate. They're AP1.
My defense is only 3. There's a wound.
Oh, it is a wound, thank you.
There's a dead zombie.
And then I have my flamer, which will always hit on a 3.
It does.
And it does 2d3.
Yeah. This is where the pain comes. Oh,
4.
So 4. And again, 3's the wound now this time. Still only gets 2, so that actually is not bad at all, really. I think for my zombies, I'll take a couple from the end there. So they are unflinching, so they don't take 1 for being hit, but they do take 1 for having a wound, and they'll take another suppression because the flamer gives suppression. So here is my commander. He's going to use a refresh order to refresh the zombies. And then the zombies are going to charge into, so many choices, Do we go to the Storm Rage veterans up there, or do we go to those guys over there? Do you know what? I think we'll have to go into the Storm Rage veterans because they are suppressed and it's a defensible building. But we need to get rid of it. So refresh is a level 2 order. I really do want this one to come off. So I'm actually going to throw 3 command dice at it.
You've got a giant pool of command dice.
From my giant pool of command dice, I've still got 2, 4, 5 left after this. We certainly get that, but we don't get any of them back. So we've got a 3 and 2 1s there. Actually, I think it's worth saying what we get each time because this thing's so small. So they are refreshed. They got a couple of suppression on them, but not enough to actually make them suppressed. And now they're going to make a normal move and they're going to charge into that building there. So here's the zombies, they're all charged in, there's a few of them clambering around on bodies. And a few more. Why is this one fighting the wrong way? He's so stupid, he's not even fighting a force guard.
Turn around, there we go.
There we go, there we go. Right, so because Hal is both suppressed and
previously activated.
So he can't make a charge reaction because it's activated. He also suppressed, he gets a -1 to hit, but he gets a +1 to hit because he's in defensible terrain. So he gets half the number of dice because he's
a magical 3 again.
Activated. And he needs, is it
4? Let's have a go, see how many we get. Oh, we got better than normal.
2, okay. I have 13 models, so that will be, they get a +1 for charging in, so that'll be 26 dice again. And I am fighting on 5s. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which isn't too bad. So Hal gets to fight at my defense of 3. So
I have no AP on these guys, so I get 2.
That's 2 zombies dead. And I've got my 7, but I am looking on for 5s, unfortunately. So, it's 2, which is good. So we do 2 each, which is helpful. So we both gained 1 suppression. We lost 2 zombies dead, and we lost 2 Forge Fire Still Warriors dead. But they remain locked in combat because they both count as a winner, so no one pushes off. So the 3As here are going to open up onto whatever they can see, and actually we're going to shoot these guys in the open. So we get our rifles in as well there. So I've got 2 rifles, which will be on a black dice, and 3 dice from the heavy machine guns. Before we do that, we're going to rally off one of those, regroup one of those, sorry, so I'm no longer suppressed because I've got inspiring from the Plague Lord. Otherwise that would be at their nerve normally, but they get an extra nerve for being close to him. And I need 5s to hit, which is not very impressive, but we managed to get 2, and most importantly from the suppression weapon. Their defense is 5, so I need 5s to wound. We don't get any wounds, but we put on 1 for being hit and another 1 suppression for having a suppression weapon hit them, and we activate that unit. What are we going to do now? I think we're going to charge the aberration into them. He's got to move a 7, so he's just going to go munching right up towards them. They are activated, so they can't do anything back, and they roll half as many dice. Now, because he's a big aberration, he's already got 2 wounds. He's probably going to die in this, but he's expendable, so that's okay. I'm not too worried about him dying.
Well, I only get my 3 magical dice that I seem to get all the time.
Yeah, you'll get your 3, and I will get 4 dice for my aberration, 5 because he's charging in, and an AP 4.
So go on, what's he hit on again? Just
the aberration hits on 2s, he gets 4 base and an extra 1 because he charged in. So they are all hits.
Uh-oh.
I found a lost dice from before in there. I've been rolling too few dice. And he's got AP, what did I say, AP 4, so anything but 1s to wound.
Yikes.
So he actually wipes them out on his own, takes on 5 of them down, but they do get to fight with their 3 dice.
Okay, let's see how we get on them.
Oh, that's a real miss.
Yeah, that's not good.
Okay, so they are wiped out. So the aberration did a great job there.
And people call aberrations.
He's going to make a consolidation move of 5 inches. So his normal movement, which I think is 6 actually, or maybe 5. He's just going to move forwards, just get closer to these other ones.
Oh, that'll teach him not to be painted, you see. That's what you get.
So I'm just going to move forwards with the rest of my army. I'm going to move these guys.
So, spot the Forge fathers, really. There's a limited squad of Storm Rage veterans there, and they're being threatened by that aberration. As we move across, the Iron Ancestors commanding the middle still, but we've got an overrun tower here where the zombies have really taken over. We've got this squad of Steel Warriors here, out on their own, but facing them, dear me, they're not going to do well against them, I don't think.
I'm forgetting to do this at the start of each turn. We've been doing it off camera, but we haven't shown it on camera. So these are all of Hal's command dice that he's used. Are these two yours?
No, disappointingly, I only have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah.
So he gets to roll on any pluses, and he'll get them back again this time.
Come on! Well, there's 1. Yeah. And that's it, unfortunately.
Just 1?
Yeah.
Right, so 1's not great because things like refresh require 2, so it's going to be a tough call to get them back. I also get to roll mine. I've used, what's that, 3, 7 at the minute. I've actually got about another 5 left. I had 12 to start with. Lots of commanders here. And do we get any of those back? No, we don't get any of them back this turn. But I've still got a bunch in hand.
We need to get rid of this aberration that's causing us problems here. There's not much I can do there at the minute.
Everything on this side, there's a lot there, but it's all quite damaged.
So I'm going to use this heavy weapon squad. I'm going to see what I can do with the split and the fire again. So I'll put the missile launcher onto the aberration first.
So we're just checking there is a minimum range, so the aberration's too close for the Mjolnir missile launcher, but
we'll put
just about it.
So he's on 4s. Gets it.
So D3 plus 2. So we've got 3 hits. They've got a defense of 5.
AP2.
So 3, so 3. So it kills one and puts a wound on the other. So we'll kill the one at the back, of course, and we'll put a wound onto this one.
Right, I'm going to put the magma cannon onto this because it's AP6 this, so let's see if this can hit. Again, that's 4s to hit. Let's just check I've got the, 4s to hit with this one. Oh, he's hit.
Hits him.
So
defense is normally 6, so it'll be anything but a 1.
Is
No!
that enough to kill him?
It will, because he's only got 1 more wound of resilience left, and then he is dead.
Oh, thank God.
So again, expendable, but still would have liked him to munch through them.
So we've got 2 of the Hailstorm auto cannons left now, so we're going to put them onto this
Try
guy.
and wipe the other unit out.
Get rid of him.
Oh, look at that! That is impressive shooting.
And so that's all 4 hit there, and we're AP 2 with these.
And their defense 5, so 3s. And just wiped him out, yeah, because he only had 1 wound left anyway.
Oh, thank
so
God.
he is dead. So that suddenly looks a lot better for the Forge Fathers. Suddenly there's nothing in front of them. There are a load of zombies over here, but they are pretty messed around. They are grounded. Actually, they might be able to do something about that with the Plague Lord being next to them. But it's still going to be a pretty tough call to get up into these Forge Fathers here. Just moving forwards here. Now these have a flamer in them, and they have rifles as well. So I've got 4 rifles and then 1 flamer. And the idea is that they're going to try and suppress those Forge Fathers before then following in potentially with a combat. So I get 1 dice from the flamethrower, and I get 4 dice from the rifles. You know, I really do want to hit them actually, so I'm going to put a order on them as well from my Plague Lord here, and I'm going to put Firestorm, which is level 1 order, so then I get to reroll misses. Yeah, so that does work. I lose the dice, but we really do want this to hit because I've got terrible accuracy of only 5s. So, oh, glad I did. So I got 2 of the rifles, but I didn't get the flamer, so I'm re-rolling those. Ah, still didn't get a flamer, but all the rifles hit.
Yeah.
So that's 4 hits with the rifles. There's no AP, so the defense is
5.
5 for these. So managed to kill one and put a couple of points of suppression on them. Not as good as I would have hoped. 1 for being hit, 1 for having a model killed. If I'd have put the flamer on them as well, there would have been another one as well. But that's actually enough to hit their nerve value, so they will be suppressed.
I think they've got a sergeant, so they might be alright, them guys.
Oh, okay. Right, well, that's that. So
I think I might have to go with a revenge attack with these guys back onto them. They have got a sergeant, so they are not suppressing me because he puts their nerve up to 3.
No.
So we are going to shoot back. So we've got a flamer, and then we've got 3 now guys with rifles. well, it's 3 up with the flamer because of saturation, and 4s with the rifles.
Oh, that's all in. So lots of hits.
Okay, so the rifles are AP1.
My defense is 4 for these guys. So
That's
it's none.
That's terrible.
None from the Howlstorm rifles.
I think we said it was 2d3 for this.
That's right, yeah.
Dragon's Breath, so...
that's a 1. Oh, the skull is a 1 on that dice, so you've got 3 there in total.
I'm going to get rid of that 1. That skull keeps coming up.
So 3 dice, no AP, so 4s. Oh, just 1! So it does kill a model. I'll kill this guy, and it will put 1 suppression for... It won't put 1 for being hit because they're unflinched. No, they're not unflinching, so I'll put 1 for that, 1 for losing a model, and 1 for the flamer, so it'll be 3 in total.
Let's pop them on there then.
Right, we're just checking. I was going to do a move order, but actually they don't need it because they're just in 14 inches of this activated Steel Warrior unit. So they are going to just move right forwards and into their faces. Oh, he's so keen to destroy him, he's already knocked him over. And then the others will just come in behind, and they will all get to fight because they are within.
I think we know which way this is going with my magic 3 dice.
It's going to be pretty nasty, this one. So Hal gets 3 dice.
I'm on 4s.
He's not suppressed, so he does get to hit. So it's 2 hits. My defense is 5, and no AP on their hand weapons.
No. Oh, we'll get 1.
You got 1, but that puts a wound on. But they have a resilience of 2.
That's not enough.
So we've got 20 dice, so we've got 3 dice per model going in. Oh, just dropped a bunch. 3 dice per model, and then +1 per model for charging in. So they are hitting on 3s, which is criminal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All these.
10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15. Okay, it's probably about right. And now they are AP1.
Defense of 5.
So they 4s to wound. I think we should wipe them out, and yes, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, plenty. There's about 8 there, I think. So they are destroyed, and we will consolidate into the cover of this building here.
So few models left now, so I'm going to have to try and rely on the Iron Ancestor to try and take apart this squad over here.
Well, the 3As.
The 3As with their dogs.
No!
So again, we've got our 8 dice on 3s. We'll use the may as well use an order on himself to reroll misses, the Firestorm order.
Yeah.
Which we get a...
Oh, you get it? With a plus.
Plus as well.
You get it back as well.
Right. Okay. So he's on 3s, re-rolling misses, here we go. Well, there's 4 misses, so...
That's worth doing.
Them again.
I didn't think it was necessarily necessary, but... So it's all by 1, so 7 hits. Their defense on them is really rubbish, it's only 4, so...
We're on AP2, so only but a 1 really.
Yeah, 2s. There's 1, 1. So it's 6.
Yep.
So that looks like it's going to wipe them out.
Go on, Iron Ancestor.
I'm going to activate my zombies, who are in combat with the Steel Warriors, so they're just going to carry on bashing at them. I'm not sure I'll necessarily do that great, but we'll see. So I'm suppressed and Hal is suppressed, so Hal is rolling 3 dice, I am rolling
surprise.
12 dice. I at -1 for being suppressed, so I'm hitting on 6s, and Hal is hitting on 5s. So
here we go.
Just one. We might as well do this damage now, so it's a 3.
So
he kills a zombie. Question is, can I do enough to actually... Oh, jeez.
You got 2 6s.
2 6s. Okay, we just about managed to get a couple. But we do need a...
My defense is 5.
Defense is 5, so... Hey, we managed to kill one. That's good. So we're whittling them away slowly, but we're still locked in combat. Okay, so Hal's all finished, so all I'm going to do is move this Plague Lord forwards a bit for no real purpose. And I'm going to move...
Stand in the way of the Iron Ancestor.
Yeah. I'm going to move this heavy machine gun up there a little bit to capture that objective. And he's going to put some fire down onto the Iron Ancestor. Well, he can't really damage it though, so he's just going to actually move there and take off a suppression, so he's not going to do that. This Teraton is going to double forwards because he doesn't really want that objective. He's fine to do that, so he's just going to double over to stand on this one, and then he might have a chance of coming down to smash the Iron Ancestor in a minute. These guys are going to take one of theirs off, and they're going to fire at the Storm Rage veterans on the hill at the back there. Didn't get any hits, so they don't do anything. I probably should have used a command dice on them to put a bit more suppression in. Now what are we going to do here? So these zombies are grounded, so they are in trouble. So my zombies are grounded, so what I have to do with them is I have to get them back into the game really. So they take, they have to roll against the amount of suppression they've had, which is 9, so I've got 9 dice here. And I need to get equal to their nerve, equal or lower than their nerve, otherwise the model will disappear. So their nerve is boosted though by having a plague lord nearby, so it's gone from 3 to 4, so I need 4s or less to keep my models on. Anything that's a 5 or a 6, I will lose a model. So there's 1, 2, so I lose 2 models, which I'll just take those 2 off. I'm then allowed to remove d6 plus 1 suppression counters, but that will be my entire turn. So d6, that's a 1. I just managed to get 2 off, which leaves them suppressed but not grounded anymore. That's actually really important because
so now
I might want to do something with them in a minute. Okay. So we're just checking the rules there for recovery. So I had a choice actually to either remove models or to move back d3 inches for each failed recovery roll. Because I want to potentially reactivate these to possibly charge the Storm Rage veterans, I actually would prefer to lose the models than to move backwards. So I'm just going to refresh this Teraton because he's quite high up. Although he's on an objective, I actually want to get him in a position so he can combat stuff. So he's going to come right, he's 10 inches to the ground, that's his double his movement. So he's just going to refresh. We might roll 2 dice, we've got a 3 and a 0, so he comes all the way down to the ground, and we will fit him inside the building somehow, some way, shape or form. He's inside the building anyway. So all he did was reposition basically, and he'll come out in a moment, hopefully to do some damage. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to refresh my zombies here because I want them to act as a shield again for my bigger units behind. So I am going to throw 2 dice at it. I've got a 3 and a 1 with a plus, so I get the 1 with a plus back, and I get rid of that one. And they are no longer activated. They're going to take off 1 more suppression, and then they're going to make a normal move of 5 inches.
right, so we have still the Storm Rage veterans in that building, holding on for dear life. They've got zombies and the 1A charging up at them. We've got over here, is that heavy machine gunners down here?
Yeah, heavy machine gun and a couple of 3As.
Coming around from this side, we've got another heavy machine gunner hiding under there, a 1A there. Oh, this mess that's over here, so I've got no forge fighters left on this side of the board, apart from the 2 guys up at the top there. The last 2 Storm Rage veterans. They are locked in combat with the zombies, and they've got these horrible leapers about to jump on them. The Iron Ancestor still holding his ground, and left in there, that Territon. Yeah.
So this is really important. Hal's got he's got 1 dice in hand, and then he's got 5 others he wants to try and refresh. He could really do with some of these.
Here we go. 1. Just 1.
Just 1 with a plus on.
Oh
so
dear.
You've got 2. That's quite good for sort of refresh orders.
Yep.
I have 1 in hand, and I have 11 to re-roll because I've had 12. Oh, I can pick them up. So here they go. So I'm bound to get a few back. Oh, he says, yeah, I'm not sure I do. Just 1, 2. 2 we get. So I'm actually on 3 command dice, which is not terrible, to be honest. And the initiative, though, is with Hal. That's quite important because he's really got 2 units that are active, usable, which is the Storm Rage veterans here and the Iron Ancestor. And his decisions are which of these targets do you want to deal with first. So Storm Rage veterans is going to be, is it?
Yep, Storm Rage veterans. And we are gonna. Can we shoot that Territon?
In the building?
Yeah,
you can see him, yeah.
It's my fault because he's in the building.
Yeah, he'll get cover for that.
Oh, well, mate, you know what? I'll shoot at the.
Well, why not? You want to take the big fella down?
Yeah, we'll try.
Okay, he'll also get cover because although he's large, there are infantry in front of him.
Okay, so the missile launcher will go into him first. Not hitting on 4s, but hitting on 5s because it picks up the cover from the zombie. Here we go. Oh yeah! That's a 6. So that does D3 plus 2 blast damage to him. Oh yeah! Okay, so
Okay, you can go off people, you know.
we've got 5. Got another red dice? Oh, lovely. And we are on AP2.
So just checking the stats, his defense is 7 and his resilience is 5. AP2.
So AP2. There you are. So 5s then. Oh, 3.
That's not good from my point of view.
Okay, we've still got
He needs 2 more wounds before he dies.
Okay, so we've got the magma cannon into the same guy. Again on 5s.
Ah, that's what we like.
I should have used an order, shouldn't I?
Should have used an order, yeah.
I'll refresh him in a sec.
If they're still alive.
I've got 2 Hailstorm auto cannons, and they're on 5s as well.
2 more.
2 more, they're AP2.
So again, 5s to wound. You need to get both of these to kill him in this round.
Come on.
Oh,
so close.
So he takes 4 wounds. He's very, very much uncomfortable about that, but he is not dead. And he will also take 1 for being hit and 1 for suppression from the magma cannon. We're going to put our Territon here, who came down before. You're going to charge into it because the Territon actually has a chance against it because he's got a decent AP of 3. So blazing away, 8 dice from the Iron Ancestor, needing 6s. Just 1.
AP2.
Defense is 7, so that is a wound. That's okay, you can live with a wound.
I'm suppressive. Does that?
It's not a wound, even it's a suppression, isn't it? We don't put wounds on in Blaze Away, we put suppression.
And it's a suppression weapon as well, so it's an extra suppression.
Right, so it's 2. But that's okay because he's actually got a resilience of 3, so he's okay. So I've got 2 dice, plus 1 for charging in. I fight on 4s.
And I have 2 dice, and I fight on 3s.
I didn't get any. And you got 1. So any AP?
AP2, surprisingly.
So again, you need a 5 because my defense was 7. No. So no damage, but the most important thing is he's now locked in and he didn't get to shoot.
And I lose my activation as well, don't I?
Yeah, he didn't get to shoot at anything important. Okay. So Hal's just working out that he's only got the Storm Rage veterans up there to do. He wants to reactivate these, but because I've now locked in his Iron Ancestor
I'm too
and he's
far away, I
activated,
think.
he's too far away to cast a.
Yeah.
He's going to trying to stretch the dice.
I'm still too far.
Sorry.
Still far. Even on the edge of his base, I'm still too far.
But so that worked actually really well. So although I didn't do any damage on the Iron Ancestor, I've locked him in, which has really sort of negated his ability to do anything.
So really,
his only command point.
I've got my Storm Rage veterans up in here to fight.
Okay, so they've got how many guys you got now? Just 2.
There's just 2 left, unfortunately. Yeah. And they are suppressed.
And I've got 11 with my guys.
So they'll be hitting on 5s.
Okay.
1 of them hits.
1 hit, and defense is only 3.
Okay.
Well, they kill a man every round. They are doing well. So we're just checking before I roll the zombies dice. I'm not suppressed because the Plague Lord is now within 8 of them, and he gives boost their leadership by 1, which means that their nerve of 3 is now nerve of 4, so they're no longer suppressed. So I will be hitting on 5s with my 11 dice. So we got quite a few there. So we got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do, however, need 5s or 6s to damage these guys because their armour is so good. Oh, look at that! 1, 2, 3. They wiped them out. The zombies finally came good because they'd been really slow at trying to deal with them then.
The zombies were about 3 points compared to my massively expensive unit.
They're pretty happy with that. And they're just going to consolidate back actually onto A down there, which is the one I really want, those triple points.
So it's the only thing I can use it on. I've got a refresh order left, so I'm going to use it on himself, the Iron Ancestor. He succeeds with 2 1s.
Yep, so 2 successes.
I'll
That's
use
what you
them
need.
both. So all he can do is attack, but you never know, he might do something. 2 dice, hitting on 3s. Both of them. AP2.
So 5s. Oh, it does a wound.
Is that 2 wounds he's taking now?
No, he took it. It was
time.
suppression before, not.
Yeah.
But I went to put that down there. I get to fight back, but I am activated, so I'm going to roll half dice rounding up. So I'm only going to get 2. Normally I have. So actually, no, to tell a lie, I have 2 dice for attack normally, so I only get 1. But I did hit, and it's AP 3.
8 defense.
So I need a 5. No, didn't do any damage.
So I get to win.
So I am the loser in that. So I can be pushed back a normal move if you want.
Yeah.
And his move is 5.
Let's just push him out there.
Push him as far away as you can, and I will gain a suppression as well because I have taken
I can
damage.
do a gain ground, can't I?
Yes, you can.
So
Yeah,
he moves 5. So I'm going to gain ground towards his friends over here.
but you still got no command left, which is important.
Unfortunately. Can't really get away. I can get away from that 1A.
So these guys are just going to move forwards, get close to this objective. So he's just going to move forwards to there, give himself in a position where he can support and buff all the models around him, and also gain some cover. So we're going to send a 1A in first. He doesn't do anything, so we'll send him.
He's
in
only got
first.
1 wound left. What if I kill him?
He has only got 1 wound. You could very easily kill him, but he's going to go in. He's not suppressed. You are, and you're activated. So I'll get lots more dice compared to you.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, so 1 hit. That will be 1 hit.
I've got no AP. I can't hurt you.
You've got no AP, so you can't hurt me. Yeah. So yeah, there's no point in rolling anything. I have 4 dice and an extra 1 for charging in. I get -1 because it's a defensible building. And I normally hit on 3, so 4's 2. I got AP 3, so it's 2's to wound. Just 1, but he does rip one of your guys down. Do you have a choice?
Take just the hailstorm at the front off.
Okay, so I am the winner. So I can actually push you out of the building.
You can.
No.
That pushes me away from the zombies, possibly, doesn't it?
I don't think it has to be away. I think it'll be anywhere.
Right.
So
Oh, that's
I'll push you-
unfortunate.
We'll check that in a second, but I will push you out and in front, and then I will.
Yeah, I suppose they just flee away from him, don't they?
You take 1 extra for being damaged. Okay. Yeah, so the zombies are going to now charge in. They can charge in on those very easily. So there's only 5 of them. 5 zombies, that is. But they will get extra dice per zombie. So that gives me 10 dice. But I am suppressed, so I will be hitting on 6s. We've got 1. And to see if we do any damage.
On 5.
No, we didn't do any damage. You get
2 dice to go.
back.
Okay, here we go.
1 hits.
Yep.
And it's a 3 to wound this time. Ah, the zombie goes down.
Phew,
So
I
I'm
win.
actually the loser. I take a suppression. And I push backwards. Where do you want me to go up on the hill?
Yeah, just up there, yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to consolidate, I'll just stay there, I think.
I'm going to take all their suppression with them. As they've done that, actually the subject 901 is now going to charge in as well.
Oh,
He can
no.
just get in. He's not too bad a fighter. Subject 901, he is 3 dice normally, but an extra 1 for charging in.
Okay.
He has melee 3. Ugh. When he gets 2. But he has AP 2, so 3's to wound. 2 guys go down.
Oh, that's
Just leave your leader there.
So I had 2 dice, didn't I?
Yeah.
Against him.
Yeah, 3 dice. 2 dice.
2
sorry,
dice, yeah.
Oh, activate. You're suppressed as well, aren't you, on 2?
No, because I had a... Oh yeah, I was, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but you only hit with 1 anyway.
Yep.
I am defense 6, so he has 6 to wound me. No, he had a resilience 2, so
okay.
you will lose that combat. I'll move you this way again. You will gain another suppression, and I will just consolidate. Yeah, I'll consolidate into the building, I think I can. So although there's not a lot left, this is a 6-round game. So at the start of turn 5, Hal gets to roll all of his command dice again. Hopefully he could really do with some pluses here to get something back.
I get... Oh, none.
None. Oh dear, that's not great. I just realised I didn't spend any of mine, I don't think, and I should have done to reactivate models to take out this last long-range veteran, or to get my Teraton back into combat there, but that was silly. Anyway, I'm going to re-roll mine, see if I get any pluses here. I've got 1, 2 in there, so I get 2 extra command dice, and I'm on to 5 for the turn. So Hal gets to go first because he's got the active advantage.
This guy.
Obviously, he's using his Iron Ancestor,
Yeah,
the only model
terrible.
any use left. Just one little lonely guy down there otherwise. So he's going to try and shoot the Teraton.
Yeah, before he gets charged again.
Okay, so 8 dice. Hitting on 3s, is it?
Yep.
So we probably should have had this before. We've haven't been playing with the +1 for being under half range, so that was a mistake on our part. So all of those hit the Teraton there because he's so close.
And his AP 2.
And defense was 7 for the Teraton, so only 5 to damage him.
Oh, come on.
1, 2, 3.
He had a wound already, didn't he?
But that's enough to kill him anyway. He's only got a resilience of 3 anyway, so he is dead.
Oh, my goodness.
So what we're going to do is we're going to activate our 1A. He can come from any part of the building, so he's going to exit from here and charge into...
It's a risky strategy. He's only got a wound left.
Yeah, it is a risky strategy, but you know, I'm all about risk on the Plague. So the question is, does Hal want to burn his command dice to reactivate his model?
Yes.
And blaze away at me?
Yes, I do. No, I haven't got any command dice.
Oh, you haven't got any?
No, I used
he's not doing that then. So here we go. I get 4 dice normally, an extra 1 for moving in. So I will be fighting on 3s.
And I get half dice for activated, so I only get 1 dice.
Yep. So 3s for me, 3 dice. I get successes, 2 missed.
I'm on 3s as well. I hit you.
Okay, and your AP is?
2.
And my defense is 7.
Come on, time to shine, Iron Ancestor. Yes!
He hits.
All 6.
So that will kill me. How annoying.
You get to do your wounds back.
But I do get to do my wounds, and I'm AP 3.
So 5s.
1 and 2.
His resilience is 4.
So he's on 2 wounds. So he's half dead, but my 1A is gone. No! Well, it was a bit risky, wasn't it? Oh well, he is partly damaged. So he's this Storm Rage veteran has rallied 1 suppression off, and then he's going to shoot at the zombies on the hill.
So he's half range.
Yeah, so he gets +1 for that. We'll start playing that now.
But he's suppressed, so he gets -1.
Yeah.
So
he's
he's on
4s.
4s. Oh,
hey, he's very suppressed.
Shocking. That makes up for the Iron Ancestor.
Well, I think we'll finish him off then with these zombies coming in. So the zombies.
It's a risky strategy.
Zombies can get him in 1 actually. Oh, it's a long action to assault anyway, isn't it? So they'll just go charging in now. They are suppressed. Actually, do you know what? I'm not sure they can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can't do that. They're actually grounded because the 1A's now gone. So we won't do that. What we'll do instead is we'll send him in, and he will obviously just munch them up, I suspect. So he gets 3 normally and an extra 1 for charging in, and I'm fighting on 3.
I don't think I can hurt you, can I?
I've hit.
I hit you as well.
You can. I've got defense of 6.
Oh, and I don't get -1 for being suppressed.
Yes, you would.
Oh well, I missed that.
Yeah. So I've made all of mine. I am AP 2, so I need 3s to wound. Oh, only just 1, 2. But we did wipe him out.
Yeah, there.
And then we will consolidate back into the building so that we don't get shot by that horrible Iron Ancestor who's just outside. So I think it's pretty clear who's won. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a
move. Of course.
Yes, you reckon? We're going to use a move from the 1A because he's about 12 inches away and his move's only 5, so he can't get in a double move. He's going to move to get into the Iron Ancestor.
So you can use.
I am going to use 3 command dice.
7 of your 25 command dice.
I've got 5 available, but it's only level 1 order, so we're going to use all of those. So we get them. 1 blanked out, and the other 2 actually got back even. So we've got 1 dice for the Iron Ancestor because he's been activated.
He should have been. Well, I wasn't suppressed because I won that combat.
He's not suppressed, no, he's just activated, so he gets 1 half dice.
3.
And he misses! This is the moment. 5 dice for the Plague 1A moving in. He is fighting on 3s. Oh, that is all of them. Okay, he is AP 3, which means I need 5s.
I need 2 of these.
2 to kill him.
5 or 6.
No!
He's still in.
in the fight.
Takes him down to just one wound
I was
left.
going to take a zombie suppression.
Oh, that's good.
Oh dear. And I can't do it. I put another order in to refresh him because he's already received an order. So therefore, that's going to be the. I've got another round left.
You've got turn 6, yeah.
So at the end of turn 5, this guy's just sat still on that objective. I haven't got anyone on this objective. These guys took their last suppression off and moved forwards. They haven't got any targets for shooting. So the zombies on the hill would have been grounded, but actually the 1A has now moved within 8 of them, so boosted the leadership to 4, their nerve to 4 again. So with 7 suppression for what they had, they're no longer grounded. Otherwise they would probably have all run away. So instead they took 1 off and then moved inside the building to take the objective up there. 901 is sitting inside this building. The Plague Lord is still locked in combat there. These zombies just rallied off all of their suppression, and these 2As at the back here have got nothing to do really, so they're just standing there ready to grab the triple point one should the zombies end up miraculously all being killed. So at the start of the final turn 6, Hal, do you want to roll your command dice?
Yes. This is all
Really
important.
need some of these. Is he getting
I
pluses?
get none again.
None.
Ugh.
I've got a bunch to roll myself. I don't think I got any, did I? I got 1 back there,
Yeah.
or 1 back. So I think I've got about 4 left this round. Okay, so Hal is going for glory. He's going to attack with his 2 dice now because he's not suppressed and he's not activated. So he's going to use his 1A to fight me. You're hitting on
3s. Oh.
1, 2, and another one was a 5, I think, wasn't it?
I
I think it was the 5. So he's got 1 hit. AP 2, so that's not enough because my defense is 7. Doesn't do any damage. I get 4 dice now. I'm hitting on 3s. I get 3 of them. I'm AP 3.
He only has 1 wound left.
So any dice of a 5 here will destroy him. Oh, it took a moment. Just got 1, but we do destroy the Iron Ancestor, and that is the last of the Forge Father models on the table. So we'll just quickly run around the board at the end. So we've got 901 here, we've got the zombies who've managed to get up there. The successful, finally ground down Iron Ancestor being stood on by Plague Lord. Zombies and 2As at the back there. And a couple of smatterings of 3As over the back there and down here. So that was a violent encounter between the Plague and the Forge Fathers at 1500 points.
Yeah.
It was a pretty bloody affair. We made a couple of rules mistakes. I'm sure people will spot those.
Yeah, it's our first full game through, so yeah, we've got a few things to learn. I've got a few things to learn about my force. Not let them get into combat is a big one, I think.
Yeah, definitely more shooting for the Forge Fathers, and I think refreshing earlier would have been helpful as well.
Definitely, and remembering to do the reroll misses would have been useful as well.
Yeah.
The Firestorm order.
So, I mean, the Plague came out victorious. I think that's pretty obvious from the body count. But the final scores, when we totaled them up for the strategic objectives that we had,
I can't believe I lost. It was so close. It wasn't. It wasn't close at all.
So, if we've done this correctly, because I wiped out his force, and you get 5%, 1 victory point for every 5%. That gives me 20 for wiping out his entire force. And then I got 6 for strategic objectives. I had 4 strategic objectives, and one of them was worth 3
yeah, so this one
points.
here was the triple point one, so yeah.
So that's only 6, and then I also scored 3 more for hold the line, which gives me a total of 29 victory points, I think.
Yeah, it certainly does.
And how what did you get?
8 victory points, unfortunately.
So that was for killing models, but unfortunately the other ones were holding the line and capturing objectives. So because you didn't have any models, I couldn't achieve those.
I think losing that flank early, losing the Forge Guard to that sneaky triple move, and then losing the flaming unit. I think they whiffed totally when they went in for flaming. I think they did 2 wounds out of all those dice they could have potentially used.
And even when you reactivate them, I mean, you could still have done that and then flamed another unit or moved them back or something like that. But
yeah, I thought between the 2 of them they might have been able to sweep that flank, but it wasn't going to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I think certainly the man of the match goes to the leapers for the Plague. It's just so fast with the move. Or they're going 21 inches. They can really get some distance on them. And I suspect, well, it's a tough call between which was better for you, the Iron Ancestor, who didn't do much to start with but played a lot at the end, or
I think the survivability of him counts a lot. and they did take a lot before they got taken out in combat, the Storm Rage veterans. I'm not so convinced with the Steel Warriors. Like I said, I do think the specialists with the Dragon Breath are potentially a good unit. Didn't perform today, we'll see how they do in the future.
Yeah, I think, well, I think it's quite clear when I had one Flamer, it just doesn't roll enough dice. In fact, it was like rolling a hit on 5s, I think.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
I made a mistake on that. But having 4 of them, as long as you get them in there on that very short range, then they can do a huge amount of damage. It just didn't really happen today. And we didn't have that many strategic objectives down, but there was enough that I had the units around to go to them. And whilst Hal did a lot of early damage on my units, I still had units left, the 3As with heavy machine guns, who were alive. They just weren't.
I didn't finish any units off, so there's units with like 1 or 2 models left that I never finished off, which was a lesson learned.
So we've been learning the rules again. This is only about our 4th or 5th game, and probably the first one second or third one we've got all the way through.
Yeah, definitely.
And we've so we've had a lot of fun playing it. We've been using a guy called Iain Ross's terrain, which has been really nice, and Hal's homemade board, and this has been really good. And I think we've enjoyed it.
Yep,
I've enjoyed it.
Yeah,
win.
Revenge will be mine.
Yeah, and we'll do some stuff to make this back report look as good as possible, and then we'll see if we come back with any others in the future. But please do let us know if there's any comments or criticisms, and if things we can do to improve things.
Definitely.
That'd be really good.
Brilliant. See you later.